Hey y'all, let's make collard green gumbo and make some corn cakes. Y'all, so we're getting ready to make with these gumbo greens. So you know we gotta cut and clean. That's the only thing about greens. You gotta cut them, you gotta clean them, you gotta wash them about 3 or 4 times. So I'm gonna get ready to cut them up and then go into cleaning the greens. So you cut it like this. It's just easier when I'm doing it just to pull the stem out and keep going. But this is another way. If you didn't want to pull the stem, you could just cut it. So 2 different ways you can do it. Pull the stem or take the middle part and cut it. You're gonna roll them, go in, kind of cut them up with this a little more. Yeah, so we're getting ready to season the chicken for these gumbo greens. So I have 2 chicken thighs here, boneless chicken thighs, and so I'm gonna just season them with some sazon. So we have some sazon here. We have some chicken seasoning, some smoked paprika, and just a little bit of salt because all that pretty much has salt in it from the sazon and from the chicken seasoning had some type of salt and you don't want it too salty. And then I'm going to, put a little bit of olive oil in here, and that's just gonna help bind everything together. So we're gonna take this. So I've never made this before, these gumbo greens, but who don't like gumbo, okay? And then we got greens on top of that. So this is like something good for like the new year, you know, like when you're doing your gumbo and you're doing your greens, you can have it all in one. So we're gonna see how it really tastes. This was something on TikTok that went viral, so we're gonna really see for ourselves if we really like it. But it looked good from what everybody was doing, so I can't wait to try it out myself and see how these gumbo greens, like you got Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas, New Year, or just hell, if you want some gumbo and you want some greens, I guess you could put it all in one pot and eat it. Okay, so we got this nice and seasoned. So I'm gonna cut it up into little pieces, and then we're gonna go ahead and pan fry it about 1 inch thick. The organic andouille Cajun sausage that you can get at Whole Foods. So I'm just gonna go ahead and slice this up, and this will be the sausage that we use. Fry up the chicken on andouille sausage, nice and got a little bit of press on it. Okay, y'all, so that seasoned chicken that we had, we're gonna go ahead and put that in the pot as well. Okay, y'all, so the chicken is pretty much got like a little coat of brown on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. Okay, y'all, so we're getting ready to make the roux for these gumbo greens. So I have a little bouillon cube, 1 cup of oil in here. Continue to stir this until it gets to a nice chocolate brown. Nice and chocolate brown, like you see the darker brown of the roux. Onions, jalapeno peppers, that's optional. And I have celery, red pepper, and green pepper, and a little bit of garlic. Get all this in here. Chicken stock. Okay, and we have our smoked turkey wing. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in there, and we're gonna put the top on probably for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna add our greens and let everything come together. So I'm gonna let this cook, because the reason why I'm not putting the greens in right away is because the smoked turkey wing takes a little longer than those greens will take. It's been about 15 minutes, so now I'm gonna put our greens in here. So we have some garlic powder, onion powder, seasoned pepper, smoked salt. I love smoked salt. It gives it a different flavor. And we're gonna put some regular salt. And we're gonna let all this cook down, and then you know you always have to taste your food if we need to re-season. Okay, y'all, so it looks like our turkey wing is falling off the bone, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest up. Okay, y'all, so we're gonna put our chicken and our sausage. We're just gonna let all this simmer together. Okay, y'all, so we getting ready to make these corn cakes that we're doing with our gumbo, our green gumbo today. So instead of cornbread, I thought I could do corn cakes because cornbread, you know, you just have a lot left over, and corn cakes is easy. And then we can use some of my products. So we're gonna use for our flour, we're gonna use the Divine Cuisine gluten-free pancake mix. It's already got some sweeteners in here. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of our Divine Cuisine sugar spice. Okay, so let's get started. So our dry ingredients, and we don't need any baking soda, baking powder, because all that's in the pancake mix. So we have 1 cup of Divine Cuisine gluten-free pancake mix, and then we have a 1/2 cup of cornmeal. And you just want the cornmeal. You don't want self-rising, no more flour, just the cornmeal. And then we're going to put 2 tablespoons of the Divine Cuisine sugar spice. We're gonna whisk all our dry ingredients together. And then we're gonna start working on our wet ingredients that are gonna go in here. We have an egg, one large egg. We have a cup of coconut milk, but you can use regular milk or almond milk, or you know, whatever type of milk or dairy that you have. And then we have oil. We have 2 tablespoons of oil, and that could be vegetable oil, coconut oil, peanut oil, whatever your oil is. And we're just gonna whisk all this together. And I'm just gonna whisk this until you get a good consistency. Okay, y'all. Corn cake. We're gonna melt some butter, and we have the Divine Cuisine sugar spice. So we're gonna put a good. We'll just let that kind of boil a little bit. Plate up, y'all. I'm excited. So we got some rice here. Look over here, y'all. It look good, y'all. Sugar spice butter that we're gonna put on our corn cakes tonight. Okay, y'all, so I'm getting ready to review the viral Gumbo Greens. So I made them today. I ain't never had gumbo and greens, but it sounds like it tastes good because I like gumbo, I like greens. So we're gonna put them together, see what it tastes like. And I also, instead, a lot of people was doing the viral and they was doing a lot of like cornbread, but I was like, I'm gonna do some corn cakes instead of a whole pan of cornbread. So I did some corn cakes, and I used the Divine Cuisine gluten-free pancake mix, and we used some cornmeal, and then we made a sugar spice butter on top of the corn cakes. So that's another way you can use both of these products. One, you can do it as like a butter, like how some people do like a honey butter. You can do a sugar spice butter. And then for your corn cakes, you could, or you know, any kind of pancakes, but we made it with the corn cakes. So another way to use them. So let's go in. They look good, they smell good. It takes a little while for it to be done, but I'm excited. I got my hot sauce out because I've seen a lot of people putting hot sauce on it. So I'm gonna go ahead. First I'm gonna taste it without the hot sauce, and then I'm gonna taste it with the hot sauce. And I've got my rice. Look how good that looks, y'all. Actually, it's not bad. Actually, the good little viral recipe. Okay, now I put the hot sauce on it. So let me see if that takes it up a little bit, because I did use jalapenos in mine. This is some good. This is some good eating. This is so good. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. This is a must make, the viral gumbo greens. And then make you some corn cakes. If you don't want to make a whole pan of cornbread, make you some corn cakes. Use that Divine Cuisine sugar spice, the glaze on with the butter, mix the two together. You got an exquisite, I mean, this is exquisite, top-notch meal. To get this recipe and more, go to divinecuisine.com. Love y'all, Shay.